There we are. There we are. And here you are. And Mark, I have to say that I will never watch another image thing again because we got told off for using it. And they're practically forgotten because nobody watches them anymore. So what can I say? I'm really not happy about that. But we're trying to push them and say how funny they are. Well, we don't think you're funny anymore. Me and Stats. That's it.
About as funny as a dog fart in a spacesuit.
That's... Yeah, let's bring the man on. There he is. Super guy, super Stats.
Hello.
Hello, good evening. Good evening. Well, okay, a lot of things that we got to talk about today. And hey, listen, remember this guy from last night? Ozzy, he died yesterday. Okay. I have to say that his last concert that he was part of, a concert with a lot of other artists as well. But it generated nearly 130 million for charity. He had 40,000 people. And
That's good, isn't it?
Oh, Jesus, that was just so good. I mean, what a send-off for this guy. What a send-off. I mean, he had all his... It must have been quite emotional, really. Have your band members on there, and they all know that he's going, and he just gets on, and he just does it. I mean, geez.
Strange, isn't it? You have your farewell tour, and then you pass away.
Indeed.
Pretty sad, isn't it?
Oh, God, yeah. Anyway, okay. Let's move it on. Let's have a look at the breaking news. Check this out.
What have we got today?
Here you go. Have a look.
Things are bad. Things are very bad. Things are bad. They probably are way worse than we think, aren't they? Let's face it.
Oh, God.
If only we knew.
Check it out. Check it out. Is it getting there? Is it getting there? Things. Right. And here's the reason why things are really effing bad. And I'm not saying the word because I don't want to get told off by Statsman. Because Statsman.
No, I'm not asked about the F word.
Oh,
I'm not asked about any words. It's not me, is it? These social media wimps.
Okay, check this out then. We might get a copyright strike for this as well.
Oh, well, bring it on.
And this is my mum and my dad. You can see the expression on my mum's face. She's in pain.
Mine's Starmer.
I mean, be honest. Keir Youngen. That's what we should call him now. Keir Youngen. Oh no, Keir Rongen.
Do you know what? Never known anyone to have so many nicknames.
Two-tier Keir. What are the other ones? Two-tier Keir.
Free gear Keir.
Yeah.
Well, there's hundreds of them, isn't there? Keir Starling.
Queer Keir.
Mine's Starmer.
Starmer.
There's just
Keir
loads, isn't there?
Starmer.
There's that many, we can't remember them all.
And what about this one? I mean, be honest.
Before that, wasn't it? But yeah.
I mean, how many white couples do you see in commercials now? There's hardly any, every marriage they would be thinking it's interracial in this country, but no. Well, here's a bit of news before we get on to, certain things. Here you go. This is a lady who's telling us about using your phone in your car, even as a sat nav.
Did you know that the Department of Transport in the UK has just announced that in 2026 they're going to be banning mobile phone GPS, and they will give you a £200 fine and 6 points of your license if you're caught using phone GPS. So that's Apple Maps, Waze, anything on your phone. The only alternative is having a built-in GPS in your car. This is to do with statistics saying that people using GPS on phones is leading to a higher rate of crashes on the roads.
No, my love.
I think that is kind of ridiculous. What about people with really old cars that don't have GPS built into the car? or about people that have outdated GPS systems. Why bother installing all of these cameras that can tell whether we're on our phones whilst we're in the car, if we've got our seatbelt on, whatever, if they're just going to ban GPS on phones? What? Is this a good idea?
Is it a good idea? No, it isn't. It's government overreach. And this is another one where the mandarins behind the scenes are dictating the pace. And we have to say, when we talk about these mandarins, which we are going to be talking about later on, we're talking about unelected, malign civil servants who are actually dictating what goes on.
You mean deep state swamp monsters?
Well, we're talking about, Rupert Lowe, and we'll hear from him later on, but Rupert Lowe said there is 23 of them. In actual fact, there are 40 permanent secretaries.
Oh, yeah. I want to know which one's responsible for this nonsense, because here I got 2 points on what was he was talking about then. So
what do you mean? You didn't break the law. You haven't got a criminal record.
Moving on. Anyway, so my issue is, so apparently these mobile phones using sat-nav are causing crashes.
Yeah.
No, that's what people are telling the police after they've had a crash using the mobile phone.
Yeah.
Because what's the difference between having your mobile phone stuck to the dashboard about 3 inches above where your sat-nav screen it would be if you didn't have one? What's the difference? What's the difference between leaning across, pressing the buttons on your sat-nav screen, or going 3 inches higher and pressing something on the phone?
Well, I'm not going to say it straight out until we get past 8 o'clock because it is 1958, but they are full of SH1T.
There's no off-communists on here. Full of shite.
Is there? All right. It's Michael Grade, you know. He's the head of Ofcom. And he used to be
get a proper job, Michael.
Yeah. He used to be the Director General of the BBC, and then he went across to ITV, and then he went into the House of Lords. How about that?
So we just start at 1 minute past 8 next time.
Yeah.
So we can say shit bollocks. And all that.
You bastard! You've done it.
Oh damn! It's only 1 minute too.
It's 1 minute too, and that's it. We're gonna get a hit. Anyway, okay. How about this one? All right. This is a nice one. Check out these guys.
Coming in United Condom for free healthcare and good girls.
I preferred the girl on the other video, but whatever.
We made it. I can smell the universal credit.
Come on.
I mean, it's funny, but it's not, is it?
But it's true. And all those years ago, okay, Tommy, let's get it right. Okay, watch this.
Back off!
Has anyone else got kids here? Get in the door.
Do you remember when he was
Before I
standing?
entered any city on my election campaign, the local Labour MPs, supported by the establishment's media, run hit pieces and smear pieces against me, labelling me, talking about not wanting hate or division or racism. With zero evidence against those accusations, zero evidence at all, they whip up people ready to attack me. On Saturday, I visited a working class estate in Oldham. Just like for the last 3 weeks, I've travelled the northwest visiting different working class estates. Each one of my events have been peaceful, family events where people have brought their children, so an opportunity for me to speak to my future constituents. The difference for Oldham was for the past week, a Muslim organisation on Facebook has literally been inciting attacks against me and organising and planning attacks against me in Oldham, telling people to come and throw milkshakes at me, but not just milkshakes, anything they want.
So this is when he was standing. Obviously, give us the context behind this.
That was the European elections, wasn't it, in 2019? So it was a nice little event, as you see there. It was families, there was kids, there was women, and you expect a little counter protest from the smellies, but it was way worse than that.
Smellies,
right? Yeah, from the lefties, from Antifa and that. But my point here is you've got Farage and Lee Anderson and all these people kicking right off because they bust them out. But basically saved the left, stand up to racism.
Yep.
Right? And they're all kicking off Farage, oh, this is the worst thing I've seen by the police. Either these people have got very short memories or they took no notice.
Correct.
And they're two-tier themselves.
Correct.
Because this was the worst one. Because when you watch the video, we can skip through to about 3 minutes, 49 seconds shortly. And you'll see what happened If you watch now, you can see the police are walking them all up to the event, wearing balaclavas,
Okay.
faces covered, pockets full of rocks, and God knows what else.
Here you go.
And you know what's going to happen? They're on the bounce. They're angry, they're screaming, they're marching, they're calling for people to join them. And watch what happens when they get there.
Okay, this is 3:39. Here we go.
There we go. The police escort them round the corner.
Hey, everyone closing! Closing!
Got a nice peaceful counter demonstration.
Oh,
yeah.
look at them. Look at them.
And then over the heads of the police. There they are in front of them, the police. Police don't do a damn thing, John. Jack shit. Look, just stood there.
They're doing nothing. The police are doing nothing.
That's terrorism, is it not?
Correct.
Violence in a political game.
So
Yet
what are they?
stood there
Would
and
you
looked.
say
They're not
that
even
they?
looking.
Would you say that at that time the police were aiding and abetting?
Definitely. And if they
Because they weren't
want to
arresting those
videos,
kids, were they?
No.
So
they
then we
didn't.
get the
They
likes of
purposely
Lee
took them there.
Anderson coming out now and actually calling out the police for escorting left-wing protesters, say, for example, down to Epping, okay? And they've now admitted it.
Correct. Do you know what
They've
makes it worse,
admitted.
though? You point all this out, and this is what you get. Manchester Evening News, after this happened, this is the story. I'll skip down. Hopefully no adverts will pop up. Police have hit out over speculation and ill-informed comments on social media after violence flared at an election campaign in Oldham organised by Tommy Robinson. So
And
what do you take
where
from
was
that
the
one?
violence? Where did the violence?
Well-
Look at what go back 30
Listen
seconds.
to it.
Check this
It
out.
says,
Here!
go on.
Come on! You crying on
Look at them.
you little bitch!
And the police are
Doing nothing.
not busting them in, escorting them all the way down there.
Hey,
It was
everyone
worse.
closing! Closing!
It got worse than this. It got way worse because they got into the street and they were smashing cars up and everything. As you saw at the beginning, they were battering people in people's front
Not a
gardens.
single policeman are going for those kids throwing the stones. Not a
No, so
single
listen-
policeman. This is 2019.
Yeah.
Okay? So what's
So you
the
listen to the,
difference? Go on.
The Manchester Evening News, police cars were smashed by flying objects and bricks and eggs were thrown. Hundreds of people gathered as the far-right founder of the English Defence League arrived in the Limeside area of the town on Saturday. So you'd think, wouldn't you? Oh my God, it's that far-right again causing trouble.
Correct. The narrative.
And the police won't own up and say, maybe we shouldn't have brought them down there. They're having a go at people accusing them of it, blaming them for it on social
Yeah.
media. This whole thing's corrupt, mate. They're all in on it. They're all against us. Never mind enemy of the state. The state is the enemy, John.
Well, here you go. Police escort Antifa to the protests. Check this out. Doing exactly the same thing again that they did in 2019.
Matched up. Apart from these, haven't got it in them to do what the Muslim Defence League did.
Yeah, but they're still doing it again. Sorry.
Yeah, they are doing it
They're
again.
bringing counter-protesters in to cause trouble.
Knowing that they want to cause trouble, yeah. You're not meant to have your face covered anyway, or are you on protest? Didn't they change the law? But they're Antifa, they're a state. Look, they've got to possibly, if some people are coming for a counter-protest, walk with them. But when there's trouble, I don't remember anyone on our side, John,
No.
when you're surrounded by all these lefties and they're pelting you with stuff, ever being offered the free lift home by the police.
And here is the explanation from the Essex Chief Constable over these things when he was asked a straight question.
Can we go to the gentleman in the red tie? Thank you.
Charlie Peters, GB News. Your colleague Stuart Hooper said in terms of bringing people to the hotel, the police have a duty to facilitate free assembly. The force initially said that they didn't bring anyone to the hotel, but your colleague seems to suggest that that had happened after footage emerged. Can you set the record straight then? Was Stuart wrong when he said that?
They're all missing the point.
Under the law of this country as it stands, people have the freedom to assembly and to freedom of speech.
So your officers did bring people towards that hotel?
Listen to my answer.
Didn't do
That
last
is
summer.
there is a duty upon policing to allow people to exercise their rights of assembly
really?
and protest. That's a right of this country under the Human Rights Act. People came to that of their own volition. They walked up to that protest. in order to ensure that we understand the threat, manage and deal with the risks and the issues, as we did outside the hotel, as we did in the high street. We had officers there and they would have walked alongside to make sure that they understand, can intervene and prevent and detect crime. That's what happened.
Oh, this guy is so full of it. He's got to go. You know, he's basically, he is some sort of a stooge for the government, because they're introducing these people to these protests deliberately to cause problems and to cause trouble. And I don't know how anybody cannot see this now. This is a narrative that they're actually setting.
It's been going on for years. I think I probably said this already over the last week or so, but when we used to have protests, the police would keep you apart. That was the whole point, because they wanted to do what he actually said then and stop disorder from happening. So it's all good and well. You've got to allow people to protest. But normally when I used to go on protest, they'd keep you hundreds and hundreds of yards apart. So you can both hear each other, but you can't get to each other. And there'd be police in the way. There'd be a barricade of police. But now they're just walking them down to you. And they're waiting for everyone to kick off. Maybe people should just ignore them, to be honest. Like we used to.
Ignore the
police?
police?
No, ignore Antifa.
Right.
They're only ever about 20 of them, and they piss off after about half an hour. But everyone's missing the point here, John. Even GB News. It's not about walking them up there. It's about putting them in your meat wagons and driving them away at the end.
Correct.
Like, who gives people lifts home like that? I mean, is that even legal? It's
state-sponsored counter-protests. And you look at it and you think to yourself, what are we paying them for? I mean, this guy has got absolutely no credibility. I'll let you listen to him for a little bit longer.
Before you do, though, is it actually legal? Because you can't drive around at night in your car pretending to be a taxi, picking people up and giving them lifts because you haven't got the right insurance.
They had those cars there already prepared. So if they want to actually, question that, they're going to have to be questioning MPs who are going to question them in Parliament. These guys are full of it. I'm telling you. Listen to this.
That's what the photos show, and that's what we did.
Was there no thought about keeping the groups further away from each other? It's well known that these groups will confront each other and generate that hostility, which then leads to sparks of violence that has played out. Is that a regret from your force that you didn't keep them further apart?
It's not for me to comment and to try and criticise or indeed to examine that operation. We made 10 arrests. We have managed to ensure that those who are, as I said at the beginning, lawful and legitimate, were there peacefully protesting. And there were many of those, many more of those, and I want to stress that. They were able to do that, and that's our priority around making sure that they can do that. And where people stepped across that line, where they committed and broke the law, they were arrested, and the court records will show they have been charged and some remanded, and that's the position we take around that criminality.
Charlie, thank you.
Right, let's see the people that were arrested. How many of the lefties were arrested? How many of the genuine protesters who were there in the first place were arrested? We'll come back to that.
I'm going to say they were all lefties.
Yeah, I hope so. Okay,
it's normally the way, John, and then they'll film it like they'll put it like Manchester Evening News did, and they'll say there was a far right protest outside the hotel. There, police were there. There was carnage. There was 10 people arrested.
These people are not working on our behalf. They're working against us, and the government are actually, controlling them. And I'm going to come back to those permanent secretaries who are sending the messages through to all their little lackeys. But here we go.
Did you notice he just avoided the answer to the question?
Migrants that are housed here. How many economic vulnerable and young people here?
Not far right. We support our country, darling.
By doing what?
We're far right because we don't want our children getting raped like they are on both of.
Traitor! What do they do to her? Have you ever seen the people that live there? They're going home!
There you go.
Send them home! Send them home!
Now here you go. You get some of the idiots, that are doing the damage, and that's what actually causes the problems for us, Mark. But the majority of them are, they're not doing anything. They're just protesting to protect their kids and their women.
You mean like what was happening last summer? Like, I know this in Southport on the night, or maybe the night after the murders, there was a riot. But when there was the protest in London, everyone was just stood there peacefully. And the police decided to just start arresting everyone. They were arresting everyone, even people reporting it, just standing on the pavement. They basically kettled them and then said, you shouldn't be here. And they were like, well, can we leave then? We're just here for a protest. Like, you're not leaving. And then just started arresting people. So
well, here's
that's
one
kind
of
of taking people hostage, is it not? And then, let's decide to arrest some people.
Here's one of the Green councillors getting schooled by protesters outside the Brittania Hotel. Look at her.
I just think it's really, really important for people to understand
to?
that there are no safe and legal routes for refugees to come to this country. This is the only way they can come here. It's on a boat to pay. Yeah, they've got the whole of Europe. But, why should we put that burden on the rest of Europe?
Why should we put that burden on our children?
Yeah, why should we put the burden on us here? Who the hell is this idiot speaking for the Green Party? I mean, I've got no time for the Green Party at all, especially their leaders. I think they're full of it, to be honest with you. You know, and they're just, they're dreamers.
The leader, who's that
dreamers.
Allah?
Don't.
The Green Party's leader's Allah or Muhammad, isn't it?
Well, and here's them being escorted out of the protests. There's the same woman there.
Here we go.
The
lefties are now getting escorted out again.
It's better than old Jeremy Corbyn, isn't it? It's a good little remix.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, look at them. Now
Use their own songs.
Yeah, they're protecting them more than the genuine protesters. I'm beginning more and more to like this guy. I like the message that he's getting across.
Oh, go on.
No. What were you going to say?
I'm not going
to interfere with the stats. I'm not going to interfere with what the stats man is saying. Stats,
Thanks.
Go ahead. Go ahead, stats.
This two-tier bullshit's everywhere. I was watching a video there. Some young lad, he came out, I think, the weekend to film the Pally-Wankers in Liverpool, right? And he's only a young lad. He doesn't even do this type of content. But he's got the bus. He's gone into town and he's gone to film them. You can imagine what happened to him.
Oh, Jesus.
Racist, hitting him with flags. Everything. He's standing there going, what have I done wrong? And eventually he was like, I'm going to go now. But he stayed around and they were nicking people, right? For obviously, we must have had signs for this Palestine Action band group, right? Yeah. And I just thought, the way they walk over to them dead nicely and say, hey, please come with us to our van, right? All right, they have to carry a couple of them with arms and legs. I thought that's a bit of a contrast from when we were on a lockdown protest, protesting for our freedoms. And there was people being punched on the floor. They were chasing people around Liverpool city centre all afternoon, just randomly grabbing people and arresting them.
Well, I'm looking...
Putting you down like fox hunting it was or something, you know what I mean? But these, please come with us when you're a banned terror organisation, right? Okay.
Are you a Man City fan? Because I'm looking at the colours in your background there. You look like Man City. Are you a Manc? Here's a guy that I'm actually quite like.
Just tried loads of different colours. The red looked like a brothel. The green makes you look a funny colour. Do you want me to try a different colour next week?
Try one. You name it. Okay, here we go. Nick Tanconi of UKIP. Check him out. I mean, this guy is like a little bit hardcore. Check him out.
Yes.
You flood working class communities. The immigrants coming in turn the areas into shitholes. Crime is rife, lawlessness is rife, drug dealing and drug culture is rife.
Would you begrudgingly welcome refugees?
No, we're closing the borders. We've been too kind for too long. The vast majority we're incorporating we don't need. They're fighting age and they're here to spread the caliphate. Foreign nationals in our jail, 10 to 12,000 deported. Anyone who's on the right, you put a foot out of line and your door's coming off of its hinges. When you silence free speech, you create hate, distrust, resentment. We are out of time.
So does that mean that you'd ban the Islamic call to prayer?
Of course.
What? Of course we would. Ban the Islamic call to prayer. Sorry.
So we need to ban the call to prayer, the burqa, etc., etc., etc.
Yep, absolutely. And here's what...
Everyone, you do the maths.
Get rid of them. Get rid. Get rid. Okay. Patriots here on this channel. We've got 2 patriots sat in this chair, one side and the other. That's it. You know, I'm sorry, but I mean, even the Mancunian supporters are patriots. We'll change the colours. You don't support Celtic either, do you?
You, God, no.
Rangers! Anyway, that's for our Scottish colleagues. We know how they feel about those things. Now, here's Charlie Veitch, and this is a prediction that he's got about the way that the Muslims are gathering up in terms of their religion. Here we go.
I did a video saying this is how the civil war may start. And you know how every single day there's between, say, 200 and 800 migrants arriving on the boat. 99% of them are Muslims. What if, like, say, the British...
I just want to say that this is Liam Tufts, and he does some good interviews. He does some good ones.
He does, yeah. He did that. Nick Tenko, he went down so well. He got him on again, didn't he?
Indeed. Here we go.
Muslim Foundation organizes a big celebration of Islam in Blackburn, and they organize buses to bring in 100,000 men. And they come into Blackburn for a big rally in the park, like a giant Glastonbury, but for Islam. If that 100,000 men in Blackburn, councillors hostage, you'll take doctors hostage.
Mark, I'd rather put my background as Argentina's colours
than the Manx. I'm a Royal Navy veteran.
There you go. I am Argentina. I am Messi.
Don't cry for me, Argentina. Let's let Charlie carry on.
I need to change this colour now. I'm getting grief, aren't I, for this?
You're getting grief. That's it. Don't. You're not a Mank. I know that you're a Liverpool supporter, so...
I'm going to put it pink.
You got it pink.
I tried red, John.
No. Forget that LGBTQI+, element of P and all the rest of that crap. Okay, we got Peter Tatchell as well. We're going to be speaking about him in a minute. But, okay, let's listen to Charlie.
There's little girls, little boys hostage in school. And then the Muslim MPs would say, oh, no, they're being forced to do this by the right-wing fascists. There's all the right-wing bigotry. They don't feel welcome enough. So instead of sending in the SAS to rescue those hostages, let's have dialogue. Let's maybe give them, devolve some power to the Muslims in Blackburn. Okay, they've got the MPs, but let's maybe make it a caliphate just to get the hostages out. And that's how it's going to work. They don't have the ability to defeat us militarily or through power, but through subterfuge and manipulation and hostage taking. I did a
dumb
video.
And weak leadership.
What you did, dumb and weak leaders. There is absolutely no doubt about it. Okay, and I mentioned Peter Tatchell before. Check this out. I know this is GB News, and I know this is going off, but I'll come back to it. Okay, Peter Tatchell is being questioned by Patrick Christys, and Patrick Christys is absolutely on a roll at the moment, the way that he's going. I mean, he's doing some real hard-line reporting, and, fair dues to the guy. Fair dues. Check this out.
Peter, if you wore that tie in Gaza, what would happen?
That's a different issue. I have been stridently...
He's got an LGBTQ elemental P plus tie on. Okay. And he's asking him...
to Gaza.
Yeah. He's asking him what would happen if he wore that tie. And he keeps on asking him the question. For all those LGBTIQ plus, IQ plus, I wouldn't even...
Alphabet people.
Alphabet people. Yeah, that's right. For all those alphabet people that, keep on saying, yeah, we're here for Palestine. Yeah. Check out what he says.
I have been longer than you or anyone.
If you wore that rainbow-coloured tie in Gaza, what would happen to you, Peter?
Longer than you or your other interviewee, I've been campaigning against Hamas and against Islamism. I've been beaten up by
campaigning
Islamists for taking a stand
age
for
of
human
consent
rights
as well.
in Palestine and other places where Muslim-majority countries rule. I do not, therefore, believe that it's right to damn me and others who also condemn Islamism and terrorism.
Oh, listen to that. He condemns Islamism.
No, he doesn't, because he's calling it Islamism. That's a cop-out and shit-house word. Get a grip.
Okay. Well, we're past the 8 o'clock mark.
It's a good job, innit, really, because we've got a potty mouth tonight.
I think
Lucky we even got to 8 o'clock, to be honest.
I have to say, I think he's full of shit. This guy is full of shit. But listen to Patrick. He's great. Yeah, I love what he does. Check this out.
Damn us as hate mongers. We're not hate mongers.
I'm not calling you a hate monger. I'm just wondering what would happen to you if you wore a rainbow-coloured tie out and about in Gaza.
Well, of course, you'd end up being arrested, tortured, and possibly killed.
Right.
There you go. So
You're lucky
all
if you
those,
got arrested.
all those LGBTQ plus people, you know, actually protesting for Palestine, they're absolute idiots.
They're in a bit of a muddle, aren't they, mate?
They just got, no wonder LGB wants to get a divorce from them. I mean, you know, it's just unbelievable. How can you have such stupidity within an organization? It's just unbelievable. He said it straight out. Well, you know, yeah, we would be killed. Let him finish.
Unlike other people, I've actually defended LGBT plus Palestinian people and helped get some of them out of prison in Palestine. I do the action, others use mere words.
Yeah, what did you do? Did you go over there? Did you go over there and what did you do? Did you pay money? Because that's the only thing that'll get those people out. It's as simple as that.
Tie, would he?
No. Yeah, I'm coming over here. I'm giving you money. You know, like, are you LGBT? Yes, I am. You know, okay, well, we'll swap you for them. You come into the prison and we'll let him go.
Does it not go through their thought process? Imagine if I went to Gaza and I managed to help, you know, free them all from Hamas, and they turned around and they went, "Hey, did you free us from Hamas?" "Yeah, I did." "Oh, thanks, mate." "Hang on, what's that tie?" Off with his head. Well, it was well worth it then, wasn't it?
Mark, I cannot believe.
Don't get it, mate.
I cannot believe the way that, you know. Anyway, okay, let's go back to what's going on in the UK. And quite simply, here's Andre Walker, and he's telling you that there is ethnic cleansing going on in the United Kingdom. Check this out.
Listen. Is facing a project of ethnic cleansing where indigenous British people that have ruled these islands for thousands of years will be moved out in favour of a new population from Pakistan and the Islamic world that will render Britain effectively a colony of Pakistan and indeed of other countries. Critically, they do it in two ways.
Actually, hasn't that already happened in certain cities in this country?
Yeah, a lot of them where you've got problems with gangs, but you know.
And there's shitholes. Have you looked at them? I mean, Birmingham, they're still having a problem with collecting their rubbish. Seriously.
Speaking of shitholes, I just drove through Ellesmere Port earlier. Oh, bloody hell, mate. It's getting worse around here, isn't it?
Ooh, quite right.
I mean, like, it's getting worse.
We'll have a quick one on this one, but we don't want to be going on too long.
No, go on. Carry on with what we're doing here. Don't get sidetracked.
Frankie's saying, right, fellas, go enjoy Germany versus Spain women's semi. Hope it all goes to extra time. Our girls get a rest and lift the cup again on the Saturday. Come on, England. Yes, okay, we get that. We get that, sir. We get it. Here we go.
What was happening?
Obviously have these mass genocides,
Frankie.
but obviously what they also do is the low level moving people on and changing the nature of the population. What you do, first of all, to ethnically cleanse people, it's the most important bit of them all, is that you start moving in a new population by incentivizing either immigration or migration.
Well, we're getting that because look what they're doing. I mean, be honest. What are they getting? I mean, look at this. You know, they can't hear anything, can they? They didn't hear anything. Right, okay, there you go. All right, that's what they're getting in this country. That's what the migrants are getting. And simply, it's got to stop. We've got homeless veterans that are not even being treated anywhere near with the same quality of life as these migrants. And these are the people that are coming in that you're finding out that the crime rates are going up. And everybody, all these do-gooders are turning around and they're saying, oh, no. These people are coming in there, they're not economic migrants. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
Invaders.
They're invaders.
John, how long do they think that we're going to put up with this for? How long do they think people are just going to put up with this?
I don't know.
Because if last summer wasn't a big light bulb moment for them, then I don't really know what was, mate.
Well,
because
they
people
can't.
aren't going to take this for much longer, and you can see now, even the man in the street, the ordinary person,
has had enough.
Fuming with this crap.
And what are they going to do? They're going to try and suppress everybody?
Well, they will, John, because they still think in their messed up minds that it's this small little band of far-right fascists.
It ain't going to happen.
In fact, the small little group of fascists are the ones there busting in and out of events.
Well, they're just engendering.
Save our kids.
They're just engendering lethal force behind the scenes because all those veterans are trained people. And if they decide to actually come together in any formal leadership, then what are they going to do? What's the police going to do? I mean, why did all the troubles in Ireland start? And why did they actually take the turn that they did and become basically military wings of their political thinking? They're just actually forcing that situation, and they're thinking that that's actually going to make the people, feel more suppressed and oppressed, repressed and depressed by doing that. And no, it doesn't happen. Where did that story Robin Hood come from?
Yeah. No, these dickheads, John, they don't realise they're turning everyone against them.
Correct.
So look, they're going to lower the voting age.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So these smellies on these protests keep picking on kids who are just filming, and he goes back and all his mates watching his feed and going, "What the hell? What's going on here?" And then you've got ex-SAS. Watch them being interviewed and watch what they're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Listen to Ant Middleton. They're not happy, are they? And then you listen to some people who are like not into politics at all.
Yeah.
Gangsters, figures, so to speak. All people are starting to talk about this. From all walks of life. They are literally pissing off everybody.
Look what happened in Poland. Check this out.
Need to work on the
just
singing.
Pulled off something we've never seen before. Over 100 towns and cities stood up at the exact same time to say one thing: no more mass migration. Thousands of people flooded the streets, flags waving, flares lit, songs echoing through the towns. And here's the wildest part: rival football fans, even hardcore hooligan groups, all united under one banner. That's like Rangers and Celtic marching side by side.
We mentioned them
before. The protests were sparked by growing anger over illegal immigration.
What is it with these elites in Europe and this country, everywhere else, that thinks that they can just impose this kind of shit on us and get away with it? Okay? I mean, here's another example of what they're doing. And this is a rumor, right? Now, remember the rumor where they said the police were not escorting counter-protesters in. Do you remember that? And now that's been debunked.
Yeah, I know, but again, they're all missing the point.
No, I agree.
They do. It's not necessarily escorting them in. They know they're going somewhere, so they have to go with them. It's the bit afterwards that bothers me, John, because they know when they get there, there's going to be trouble. So don't bring them that close.
Yeah.
And then, like the one we've just shown from Tommy's event, they knew there was going to be trouble. They were clearly game for it on the way down there. So why let them get so close? And then if you do make a mistake and you let them get so close, when when they were throwing all them bricks and battering people in people's front gardens, you might want to jump in then. No, we'll just leave it a little bit longer, and then we'll slag everyone off tomorrow in the press who point out what we've done.
Well, here's something that is going through as a, they're not quite sure whether it's true or false, but check this out.
This is the completely other end of the site here in Grangetown. At the
Grangetown.
gasworks, look. There's just so many units here. It's unbelievable. And I'll show you now.
Oh, here we go.
The shape of them. Right now, why can this country, that's the gardens, look, right? Why can we not build things like this? Big, massive estates like this to take our homeless off the street, to sort out the people on the housing lists. Look, it's all
we can,
furnished.
but they don't want to.
In there, right? They've got all the furniture they need. They've got
snakes,
washing machines. Look, everything is in there. So they would never do this for our people.
I could do with a new washing machine.
Years.
Only bought one yesterday.
Here are unhappy about it.
How many adverts have you had?
17.
We've had loads of messages from people.
Could have had loads of washing machines by tomorrow.
Look,
how many washing machines do you need?
Just one, mate.
But they're wanting to sell you so many more.
Yeah, but why is it the ones they sell you, they try and sell you the next day are cheaper than the one you bought yesterday?
Correct. Bastards. But look at this. Look at these buildings. Now, the Welsh are saying, no, these buildings are for the homeless. They are so full of shit.
No, they're actually right, John. They are for the homeless.
Yeah.
The homeless migrants who are coming over who haven't got a home.
Jesus Christ.
They're not lying, are they? They're just not saying which homeless people are getting them.
You know,
but I've heard that you've got Afghans. A lot of the homeless now are Afghans. Look at what happened when we left Afghanistan. We left Afghan cities full of Afghans just roaming the streets, rolling around all smacked up off the faces, mate.
Yeah.
Guess who sorted that out?
Yeah.
The Taliban, mate.
Telling you.
We're literally like, we need to like get some advice from the Taliban.
There is something wrong with this government. There's something malign. And also we need, okay, and I need to actually, get this across, okay? And this is, I'm going to leave everybody with this and say, if you think that we're actually being governed by the politicians that are in there, listen to what this guy says, okay?
These 23 permanent secretaries, I'm intending to do a much more in-depth research on them. They have more power than the entire government, the entire parliament. These 23 people, a lot of them, David, are malign. A lot of them share these sort of globalist views.
I think all of them do.
A lot of them, I don't want to say all of them, but I think a huge proportion, if not all of them, are malign, omnipotent, unelected enemies of the state.
Right now, they're talking about permanent secretaries behind the scenes. They're the ones, the Humphreys.
Yes.
That actually give the advice to the ministers about the best way to deal with things. I think that every single one of them should be named. Now, I've actually done some research, and there aren't 23 of them. There is actually 40 of them, because some of them are actually named as second permanent secretaries. All right? And there are some of them there that are actually related to people in the House of Lords. So I know that Finkelstein is one of them, and they're actually a sibling of Daniel Finkelstein, who's in the House of Lords. So
Frankenstein?
No, Finkelstein. So you've got to actually, you've got to actually realistically think, who are these people? They need to be uncovered, and he's doing the right thing by doing this. And it's the most important part of the cast tonight, okay? To actually make them people aware that you're being dictated to by a bunch of people. Listen to what he says. Listen to especially David Starkey, because Mark, you've said these things in the past, and
is he probably going to say what I'm about to say now? Well, let him say something, and if he doesn't say what I'm going to say, I'll say what I'm going to say.
Well,
if that's all right with you.
I know that he's going to say what you think. But here you go.
Or enemies of us, the people.
I think there's a very important distinction. I mean, again, when we call them malign,
these are people who, in their own lives, are doing good. I think this is the important thing. I don't believe these people are wicked or think of themselves as being wicked. Unfortunately, they think of themselves as being virtuous.
They're deluded, though. They're deluded.
Of course they are. Of course they are. But I think it's important to remember the best liars always believe their own lies.
How about that? So there you go.
He was close, but the worst liars actually believe their own lies because no one else believes them. But actually, is he finished?
Yep, he's finished.
Right, well, I actually thought he would have said this. This whole thing's so unconstitutional, it's unreal.
Yeah, they don't give a shit about the Constitution.
The people you elect to make the decisions and have the power are meant to be Parliament. And so you'd think, wouldn't you? Oh, well, maybe the government can just sack all these permanent secretaries. No, they can't. No minister can fire one. They're all put in by a commission. Guess who the commission is? Oh, it's the civil service themselves.
Correct.
So they're all marking their own homework. They're not going to sack their own, are they? No chance.
Expose them, each and every one of them.
So do you think when they're appointing these permanent secretaries, the civil service are doing that on a nice, I tell you what. Oh, yeah, he's the best person for the job. Wink, wink, nod, nod, because we know what he's about. Bit like when Starmer has Hermer in as the Attorney General and all that. It's a swamp, innit?
It is indeed.
Swamp creatures, mate. So
Indeed.
we need a way now. It's all good and well as naming them and shaming them. There's got to be a way to get rid of them now. So again,
Indeed.
might have to be yet another law to fix the
I think it's going to happen because these people are also responsible for the way that things are happening in this country. And they have no accountability whatsoever. None.
No.
And I've got a list of 40 of them, which I'm quite happy to actually publish.
Well,
And
let's
get
start
out.
going through it
He
over the next
says
couple of weeks.
there's 23, but in actual fact there is not. There is 40 of them, and they do change, and they each are responsible for different areas of the civil service. And these people, basically, they're spooks, and I actually want them outed. I want all their names out in the public, and I want to know exactly what they're doing, and I want to see transparency in everything that they do. And I'm just going to leave it at that. And we'll see what Rupert does. And we're following along with our own research. But anyway, sir, and we didn't get any strikes, anything at all for this end vid, which I think is great. And I'm going to keep on using it.
Sorry, jump in. Is it the same one as last night?
Yes.
I'm going to try and get this right this time. With the first couple of times we played it, I wasn't really sure who made it. It said Sunny Row in the bottom, but I thought that could just be the TikTok.
Go on.
I think I said Sunny Boy yesterday, didn't I, by mistake? As far as I know, it came off a channel called Sunny Row, so I'm thinking that too. I'd really like to know exactly who did
I think it's brilliant, and I
really good.
I literally say
before we
that
go.
Go on.
If Frankie's still watching, we need someone else for our deportation list.
Yeah, Frankie.
And not me for me Argentina wall blue light thing.
For anybody,
I'm definitely not Man City.
Come back to stats, because he'll put anybody that you put on there. I mean, I know that the whole of the Labour cabinet, we could get them on without a shadow of a doubt.
Don't worry, we'll round them up in 29, and they can all go to. I don't know. We might keep the Chagos.
Oh, do me a favour. Put Madders on there. Get Madders on there. Right, the MP for Ellesmere Port and Runcorn. This guy is
might need him to do something for me. So we leave that one.
That's
I say do something for me. He's going to do it, is he? But
no, he isn't.
We'll
Put him on. No. Put him on. It'll force him.
Well, I tell you what, here is it on. I'm going to ask him to do something. If he doesn't do it, he's going on. How about that?
No, put him on, and if he doesn't do it, or if he does do it, you take him off.
All right, we'll do that.
That's guy. And don't forget Samantha Dixon from Chester and all the other Labour MPs. And also, get that Police and Crime Commissioner. God, that guy is full of it. No, I tell you. No. Anyway, here we go. All right, the end scene. Let's get it out. Let's get out of here. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
A bigger beach. Yeah, you're welcome.
Bigger beach.
Bigger beach, bigger boats.
Been lovely talking to you again, once again. We'll be back on Friday with things that are going on. Take it easy, Stats. Speak to you soon.
See you later.
Goodbye.
So.
The state is closing in on us. The police aren't on our side no more. We were taught not to notice skin. Now it's all they ever talk about. Boys are told it's bad to be a man, while kids are living fatherless. And the streets aren't safe for our girls, while the enemy's been let in. Hey you, I got this feeling, don't you? The world's lost its meaning. We don't believe in the things we used to. Hey you, I got this feeling, don't you? The world's lost its meaning. We don't believe in the things we used to. They want us to stop having babies, to call men ladies. The inversion of our reality is to divide and cause insanity. The old will need tattoos saying please don't turn me off. The food we eat is so addictive. We feed like cattle from a trough. Hey you, I got this feeling, don't you? The world's lost its meaning. We don't believe in the things we used to. Look at the photos from the 90s, the cohesive societies. The young could buy property, the homeless were not forgotten in property. People came together, didn't divide from the center, didn't fly foreign flags in the city center screaming. They hate the land they stand upon, it will be the sand they sink upon, the bottle that they're drinking from. This land was built over millennia by British folk, with a stiff upper lip and a grip on the way out. Try not to slip, I better zip it. My freedom of speech has been impeached. I'll get locked up like Lucy Conley if I keep wagging my tongue like the tail of the dog that's wagging me, like the British Channel that's washing over me, like the millions of bodies that are washing over me, like some forgotten dream flowing over me. Hey you, I got this feeling, don't you? The world's lost its meaning. We don't believe